Last year, I made over 100,000 coins on the first day of the web app, and this year, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it too, step by step. Welcome to Nitro Gaming, where the best investment that you guys are going to make in FC26 is subscribing to this YouTube channel. The next best investment will be all the cards that we talk about buying when the big dates come out, like the Ultimate Edition, which is set to come out on the 19th on that Friday. Of course, if you live in like New Zealand or Kiribati, I think it is, you get it a little bit earlier. The companion app comes out on the 18th. That's on your phone, but the web app, that's the one we're talking about today. It's the first opportunity for us to make coins in FC26. And the quicker you make coins, the more you're going to be able to invest those coins into cards that are just going to be going up while you sleep. And you're going to be a quick millionaire in FC26 while all your friends are left behind with their 79 rated starter teams and 4,000 coins to their name. You're going to be well beyond that. But to give us a good idea on what we got to do at the very beginning, let's look back to last year's web app and see what the meta was. The footage you're looking at right now is actually my footage from me logging into the web app for the first time in FC25. And as you can see, I chose England here. I don't think choosing the nation's a big deal. People make it a big deal. I choose England normally because it has a variety of leagues, but I don't really think it actually changes your experience with those starter SBCs significantly. What is significant about making these decisions at the beginning is actually going to be your kits and your badges right here on the next page. So you're going to choose a team that would have a gold rare badge or kit. So for Ajax here, Ajax is going to be gold rare, of course, because they are, you know, the biggest team in Netherlands. And then right here, you've got a couple choices. I'm going to go Dortmund there because it's the biggest team of the choices. Maybe the English national team kit could also work, but you're not going to choose a team like HJK Helsinki. There's a chance that that's a bronze or a silver. And of course, you can do the research, but normally you're going to get a choice that is pretty obviously going to be a gold rare like Dortmund or England. If you get France's national team kit, Argentina's national team kit, Chelsea, whatever it is, it's pretty easy to tell which are the biggest teams. Choose those teams because you can actually quick sell these kits and these badges at the beginning of the year. Pretty easy one there with FC Barcelona, or you could choose Chelsea. Just don't go off and choose FC Rapid 1923 or Godoy Cruz and you'll be good to go, because the first thing that I do is I log in, I've got 0 coins, I quick sell them, and all of a sudden I've got over 1,500. The next thing you're going to want to do is open your welcome backpacks. That's obvious, but do we quick sell everything or do we list some cards on the market? I will normally list cards on the market if it looks like they actually sell, but for the most part, these cards aren't going to actually be selling on the market, and so quick selling them is actually a better idea. Even if you could get another 50 or 100 coins on a card, a lot of the times it might be better just to quick sell so we can quickly get into trading on the market, so that we can be using those coins to actually make more coins rather than just waiting every hour for a card to sell for barely more than what it actually could quick sell for. Now, if you pack a card that is going for significantly more than their quick sell value, of course, take your time, sell that card for what it's worth, but 99% of the cards you get at the very beginning of the year, they're not going to be that. You can just quick sell them, take those coins, and move on to the next thing, which is trading. When it comes to trading methods at the beginning of the year, they are all very low budget because most of the community is working with low budget, including ourselves. And so I'll look at filters right away at like gold common Brazil, gold common England, gold common France, and some other things, like maybe I'll adjust the positions and I'll see if there's any of these filters that are just a little bit more rare than others. A lot of times people will need these to complete the first few SBCs, and people will have to go to the market to get these cards because, well, the odds that they pack all of the cards they need for an SBC out of that starter pack, very low. And so you're going to see cards that are Brazilian and French and English and maybe some other things like Argentinian defenders. They're going to be a little bit more expensive than your average gold card. And so you're able to get these cards for 350 or 400 coins, and you're going to be able to sell those for 550, 600, 700 coins. And of course, there are ways to go about making this slightly easier if you wanted to cheat and not do it like I'm doing it right there. You could use an app that makes things a little bit quicker to snipe. I kind of frown upon them, to be honest with you, but they're so common at this point that I mean, I think it's fair game. Of course, there's Pale Tools, which even I used Pale Tools to do SBCs towards the end of FC25, so I'm not completely innocent either. They exist, that's all I'm saying. I'm not promoting them. When it comes to trading methods at the beginning of FC26, we're going to be looking at low budget because that's what the community's looking at, and so I'll immediately go to the market and I'll search filters like Gold Common Brazil, gold common French, gold common English. I'll look for Argentinian defenders or Argentinian right back, and I'll start sniping those specific filters right away, because a lot of times those are cards that are needed in those starter SBCs to get you off the ground, and nobody has all the cards they need for SBCs in their club yet, so they got to go to the market and they got to spend a couple extra coins to actually get these SBCs done and unlock the rest of the SBCs. And so you can see me right here. Every single time I search for one of these big countries, I will adjust something on the filter, whether it's the minimum bid price right here that you can see I'll go up to 150 and then I'll go up to 200. It's because every single time that you search, you need to adjust your filter just by something to actually get it to refresh and give you new results. If you don't, you're not going to get new results. You're never going to be able to snipe a player. You're never going to be able to make any coins. You have to change something. So as you can see, I change it from common, or maybe I'll change the chemistry style to basic. Maybe I'll change the position from midfielder to defender, something just to adjust it and make it so that I can continue to search and try to find these cards. And as we get over to the transfer market here, you can see that I've been picking up cards for 350 coins and then maybe being able to sell them for upwards of 600, 700, 800 coins sometimes, and a lot of times it'll just be 450 coins, a couple extra coins, but that'll get us up to, 10, 15,000 coins, and now we're really starting to cook. We've got more buying power, and we've got more things, more opportunities to make us coins now. While we're buying and listing these cards using that last trading method, we're actually getting bonuses while we go. So you get another 1,500 coins once you buy 25 players. Then once you buy 50, you get another 1,500 coins. Now we're working with low budgets right now, and we get a bonus of 3,000 coins. We will take that. Once you get to 100, it's another 1,500 coins. Once you get to 250, it's another 1,500 coins. But on top of that, you also get them when you list the card. So you're buying and listing those cards right away. You're going to unlock both bonuses right away. You're going to get another 1,500 coins for 50 lists, 100 lists, 250 lists. You guys get the point. Now, when you go to foundations, there are a couple more things at the very beginning of the year, like squad maintenance. When you buy a player, you're going to get a pack, you're going to get training items. We don't care about those quite yet, but we do care about 200 coins. List a player. You get another 200 coins for buying a chemistry style consumable. You're going to go ahead and apply a chemistry style. You can probably have one already in your club from those starter packs. Apply one, get another 200 coins right there. There are some things to avoid on the web app, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but the reason we have to avoid them is because resources are rare on the web app. You have to wait till the 19th for the Ultimate Edition to come out at midnight your time before that 2,000 FC points hits everybody's account, and we're going to start seeing supply on the market, and you're going to have a little bit more coins to work with. That's generally also when the market really starts to rise quickly because the buying power goes up. But that's not going to happen until midnight your time on Friday the 19th, unless you have set your location on your Xbox to New Zealand, which I suggest you actually do if you're on Xbox. It's pretty much impossible to do on PlayStation. I have an account set for Australia. I'm going to see if it works. I don't know if it will, but I'll let you guys know. And you're going to have to be waiting until then before you really get a lot of supply on the market, which means that when you do this Foundations 1 SBC, which unlocks the rest of the SBCs, and it's pretty easy to complete. Like, you can do this with your starter players. You just have to submit 1 bronze card, 2 bronze cards, 3 in this one, and then 4. It's like a team of bronze cards that you submit. You complete the Foundations 1. It unlocks the rest of the SBCs like Hybrid Leagues, Hybrid Nations, League of Nation Hybrid, even unlocks things like Foundations 2 and Foundations 3. Very, very tempting to go out and do these SBCs because you're bored. But one thing I will suggest is, unless you can do this with untradeable cards, not tradable cards, untradeable cards in your club, and you have to buy nothing, then don't do them, all right? Do not do these SBCs, because all of those coins should be used elsewhere. You should be putting those onto the transfer market. You should not be wasting your coins on doing Foundation SBCs. Now, another thing that you might want to do is going out and doing things like Hybrid Nations, like the Final Four, which gives you an Electrum Players Pack. That is not that difficult. You're going to need some silvers, a couple maybe non-rare golds. It's not that expensive, and it's pretty affordable at the very beginning of the year. You can even get those cards off of the market, but over the last couple of years, these have given untradeable packs in return. And when you're getting untradeable packs, you get no value, because we're on the web app still. It's not like you can use those players that you just packed in your team yet. And on top of that, you've just used all of your liquid coins on these SBCs. You can't get them back. You just ruined your experience on the web app, and now you're just sitting there with your hands in your pockets waiting for Friday to come around. You can't do anything else. So do not make those mistakes on the web app. One thing I'll leave you guys with is that it is a grind. It took me about 5 hours to get to 51,000 coins last year. A lot of people might say it's not worth it. I love the grind. I love getting ahead. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. But what I did with this 51,000 coins is I actually went out and I invested in 6 Chua Minis. Those cards were going for about 8,000 to 9,000 coins at the time. But then by the end of the weekend, those Chua Minis were going for 34,000 coins, which means I almost made 4 times the amount of coins on those investments. So that 50K turned into 200K while I slept. I didn't have to do anything else. Now, of course, I was off trading elsewhere and using my coins in different ways to make even more coins, which go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. You're not going to miss out on a thing for that. But that's how it works, guys. And that's how I make 1 million coins by the time that the standard edition even comes out every single year. So be along for the ride. Drop a like on today's video if it helped you prepare for the web app. And I'll see you guys very, very soon with some real FC26 content.